Revenge films.
My wife ran away from home 5 years ago. I thought I was having an ordinary and happy marriage life. But when I came home one day, I found a piece of paper on the table saying,
I found someone I love, so let's get a divorce.
There was a short letter and the divorce papers with her details filled in. I was confused and lost because it all happened so suddenly. So I had to take a break from work for a while, and it took me some time until I was able to process my emotions. After that, thanks to my friends' and colleagues' support, I was finally able to start living a normal life, and I was slowly beginning to feel positive again. A few years later, the mutual friend of my ex-wife and me said to me, "I think you could start seeing someone again." And he introduced me to a girl. We had a lot in common, such as our hobbies, and she had also gone through a divorce. Maybe that was why I was able to get close to her fast. But after a year of dating, we decided to get married, making a decision to start our life anew. But recently, my friend who brought us together said to me, "I'm sorry to tell you this when you just started your new life, but there's something that's been bothering me. Your ex-wife suddenly texted me asking if you were doing fine." Huh? So I told her that he was no longer your husband and that you already got remarried. But then she suddenly yelled at me and hung up. He told me this, and I felt something bad was about to happen. There's no way I can tell my wife about this, and I was hoping nothing would happen. But on the weekend, a week later, when I was relaxing with my wife at home, my friend called again. I had a bad feeling, and when I took the call, "It's an emergency! Run away from her right now! She's on her way to your house!" He told me in a hurry, so I asked him what happened. "She suddenly visited and asked if you really got remarried and why you got remarried to another woman. So I got mad too and said you guys already got a divorce. But then she started making a fuss saying she'll deal with you directly and ran away. She was looking horrible, so I think you really should escape," he said in a rush. From the panic he was in, I could really feel that this was an emergency and felt chills down my back. But I didn't want to make my wife worried. So I decided not to tell her much and invited her to go shopping with me so that we could go out. She looked surprised to see me in a panic, but while I was waiting for my wife to get ready, she came. My wife's face, which I saw across the monitor, was so desperate, like a monster, and I couldn't help but feel scared. But my priority was to protect my wife from her, so I wanted to make sure she didn't come in, and I went outside to discuss matters with her directly. I quickly came up with an explanation to give my wife. "I'm gonna go buy some cigarettes, so take your time getting ready," I said, and made up my mind before I left my house. Then, "Why are you here?"
Why? We might not be married on paper anymore, but we're still a couple because our hearts are still connected, right?
"Nope, we're not. We got a divorce because you ran away." When I was talking to my ex-wife, my friend arrived. Then my ex said,
So I came back. I was wrong. Let's start things over.
"That's impossible. I think you already heard this, but I'm already remarried. I cherish my wife so much, I have no feelings left for you." When I said that, my ex made a face that looked like a monster.
What? How come you got remarried when you had me? I'll never forgive you for cheating on me.
"Cheat on you? You're the one who cheated on him." "Yeah, I'm already living a new life, so leave me alone." When I said that, my ex-wife stomped the ground as if she didn't like what I said. The way she did that made her look ridiculous, and my friend and I were really taken back. My ex-wife seemed furious, unable to calm down. "Go home for now. Let's talk again when you calm down." My friend repeatedly persuaded her, and at the end, he took her home that day. After that, according to what my friend told me, my ex-wife was deceived by the sweet words of her secret lover. And by the time she realized it, he had already run away from her, making her go into debt. When she was literally helpless, she thought of me. I bet she thought that if we can start things over, I'll pay her debt on her behalf. I could never understand why she thought this way, but I assumed that for people who are on the verge of losing it with so much debt to pay back, common sense was useless. I didn't want to get involved in this mess anymore, so I asked my company for help and had them get me a lawyer just in case. Of course, I told my wife about it too and warned her to be extra careful. But I was right about getting worried. When I wasn't home, my ex-wife visited my house. My wife was there, and she contacted me in surprise. "Don't let her in no matter what," I said to her, and quickly headed home. But my ex-wife sensed that my wife was inside, so she kicked the door.
Get out! That's where I belong. He loves me more, so leave this house now.
She told me that she was yelling at her. My wife was trembling in fear inside the house, but my ex got furious about her not coming out. So she broke the windows using the fire extinguisher outside and broke into the house. But my neighbors were watching what was happening, and thanks to them calling the police, they arrived and my ex was arrested right there. Then I finally arrived home, so I first checked to see if my wife was safe. The windows were broken, but I was relieved to see her safe. After that, I explained to the police about what was going on. When my ex saw my face...
Hey, how come you're cheating on me? You're cheating on me too, so you have no right to scold me. I'll forgive you if you beg me on your knees. Do it.
She was talking nonsense, so both the police and I were stunned. The police explained to her, looking shocked, that we were already strangers because our divorce was officially approved. But my wife said,
Our bond as a married couple won't be cut just because of that single piece of paper. He fell for that girl because he was so lonely and missed me, so I know he'll break up with her soon. Let me go!
Then she was taken to another room. After that, it's obvious, but she was found guilty. She was put in jail in some prefecture. I bet she wouldn't be able to leave for a while, but to prevent something similar from happening, I moved somewhere else with my wife. After that, my ex's parents received a notice from the police, and they paid me compensation money. I bet the money included the compensation money for her cheating on me. It was a pretty large amount. And they said to me, "We're very sorry. We reassure you that nothing like this will ever happen again." They apologized. We were strangers now, but I had mixed feelings when the people who used to be my family apologized to me like that. But it was true that she gave great fear to my wife, and she also broke our window, so I decided to receive it. According to them, it turns out that she had also told her parents about it, so they were sensing something bad was about to happen when she told them that we were getting back together soon. But because their daughter had an affair and ran away from home, they were scared to get in touch with me. Well, I felt relieved nonetheless because my wife was safe. As for my ex being betrayed, I think it's what she deserved, to be honest. So I have no empathy or sympathy for her at all. I think she should reflect on herself while she's behind bars for a long time.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.